Episode 5 is over. Did you miss it?
Well, now you can stay current on all the happenings here in New Orleans, and we're here to help.
MyScene TV is rolling on. Your location for everything entertainment in the New Orleans area. I'm Natalie.
And I'm Ty.
And we are coming to you from Triropa Mills, the hottest, fastest growing club in the New Orleans area.
First up, we'll be bringing you a one-to-one with Sergio, the man behind MamboMundo.com. He has his hand on the pulse of the Latin music scene. Later, we'll be bringing you an interview with Jay Freeman, the man behind Nebula, Galaxy of Stars Entertainment. He is a local promoter here who brings entertainment and music styles here in the New Orleans area.
Also, I have an interview with Damon Batiste, the man responsible for the International Arts Festival. All this and more, including the media releases, times and dates of everything that you need to know.
Right now, I sit down with Sergio, the man behind MamboMundo.com. His website has promoted different information into the Latin music community. I sat down and we discussed what he has done, the reasons why he started, and where he plans on going. It was his vision for the future.
Well, I moved here to Louisiana in 2000, and it was right at the time where Ricky Martin and Mark Anthony were really hot on the charts. La Vida Loca was everywhere, and when I moved over here, there was a lot of enthusiasm for the scene. I was living near LSU, so everywhere you went, everybody was into the music, but there was no real Latin scene. You had a band that would play here and there, and everybody would just show up, but there was nothing to, nobody knew where the clubs were, where the parties were. So being that I've always been in promotions, I decided that that's the field that I wanted to create here, was like a true Latin scene, make it international, make it hip, make it of the times. Basically, you know, it's like take that freshness, package it, and put it into a website which I called MamboMundo.com, in order to kind of serve the purpose of including all the genres of Latin music, which Latin music is, you have salsa, you have merengue, you have bachata, you have reggaeton, which is now really big in everywhere. And then you have the traditional danza, danzón. And what I wanted to do was find a central location for to educate people about what's going on in the scene, to educate them about the music that's good, the music that if you're interested in finding out about Latin music, you would go to this website and you could see what the artists, if you wanted to purchase a CD, you could say, well, they're recommending this CD, so they must be good. So that's what I wanted to do, is kind of educate people about the Latin scene, the movement, the culture. The best part about it is that the Latin movement, the Latin culture is still in its infancy as far as promoting itself right. We have a couple of channels that expose Latin culture, but it's mostly catered to Central and South America. And there's a whole new generation of Latinos that grew up in this country or were born in this country. We are still Latinos, but we are a hybrid. We grew up in this country, so we listen. We go to NBA concerts, we go to the NBA, the football. So we take both cultures and we use them. And so what I wanted to do was kind of expose the other culture that kind of gets left out sometimes, which is the second and third generations of Latinos that live in this country. And so what Mambo Mundo has done, we have created an outlet for that generation that didn't really exist before. I want the Latin culture to shine just like the African American culture shines, like the Anglo. So I want to be able to I want to continue creating the kind of quality events that we do, bring it to every city in this country, and ultimately expand to Europe, Asia. And because, you know, Latin music is not popular here, it's popular everywhere. You go to Japan, it's popular in Japan. You go to Europe, it's popular in Europe. So Mambo Mundo is going to be everywhere. It's just you know, we have to kind of grow at our own pace, and hopefully the more people see that what we're bringing to the table, they're going to want us, they're going to invite us to come and highlight them too. So we're kind of looking forward to that.
Sergio holds weekly salsa dancing lessons here at Twine Mills, Saturday at 10 p.m. For more information, check out his website at mambomundo.com or right here on MyScene TV.
When we come back, I'm interviewing Damon Batiste. You're watching MyScene TV. I'm nodding my head a hell of a lot. Since 1998, Damon Batiste has brought international acclaim to the New Orleans area. He has brought cultural diversity between South America and New Orleans through music and fashion. I recently had a one-on-one with him, and I realized this man is driven, and he's driving that talent right into the New Orleans area.
Our company started in 1998. It actually was founded in the townships of East London in the Eastern Cape. This is where Nelson Mandela in the ANC, the African National Congress, was founded. And it was put together to promote music, art, and culture for the development of economic development and tourism, I guess, to enhance economic development and tourism. And we have now, this year in November will be our 6th annual Making the Connection Week. And in South Africa, we do countless festivals to promote the New Orleans talent in South Africa, and we bring the South African artists to promote their country in the United States. And
more of an exchange.
Yeah, more of a culture exchange. And one of the great things last year, we had a chance to branch out to Cape Verde, Angola, Namibia, and Senegal. I had a chance to go to those places and now reach out to those spots. So, and people are really starting to listen now and know that music is a very important key to economic development and really developing different networks. I'll be expanding my projects in the United States and working with other cities like Washington, D.C. and Los Angeles as well, because they think what we're doing here in New Orleans could serve as a model to highlight a culture in their cities as well. So we just have to keep plugging here, and it seems like the further you go away, the more you get noticed in town. Mm-hmm. So, because there's a lot of great things happening here. You know, I have family members of about 14 and 15 great musicians within the family, and it's about promoting them, because it really helps me what I do. You know, when you got an army of people that's great behind you, it lets you speak pretty loud. Last year, when we celebrated South Africa's 10th anniversary in the city of New Orleans, we did a Freedom Day parade, and that was a major coming out party for New Orleans, with major culture here of international African culture, because cities like Chicago, D.C., New York, Memphis had the Memphis in May with things. Those were all the cities that were really wanting to host it. And because of the nonprofit, the New Orleans South African Connection, the relationships that we had with some of the folks at the embassy, those were some of the reasons why they decided to come to New Orleans, as well as because we had a great festival to partner with the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival. So that was a major, major deal. It was a milestone, and it was, they brought TV crews in, and they pretty much showed different footage from the different South African artists on the festival. They interviewed myself, people like Carlos Santana, Branford Marcellus, Johnny Clegg, and it was highlighted all over South Africa and throughout other parts like Mozambique, Botswana, Namibia, different places that their television reaches. So New Orleans really was at the top of the list of supporting that 10th anniversary of freedom for that country. So that was something that I think our city, really could be proud of. Been to the South African connection since 1999, 6 or 7 years, and people are really starting now to really take it serious, because if you do an international project, most people don't think you're going to last beyond the first year. Right. It's just it just sounds great, but that's it. But once you keep on pushing, then people really start to pay attention. It's festivals like those, like a Jazz Fest, Essence International Arts Festival, that really have had a lot of domino effects with other festivals springing up, because this state is kind of like the festival capital. Very similar to South Africa. You have something happening really year-round. There's not really a time you can go there and not know something as big is going to happen. And that is a way, that it puts many people to work, because without those festivals, you would really, it would harm the economy, because people wouldn't really have jobs. And one of the things I learned yesterday is that one of the things that we do is we educate and do education to kids. And I just found out that it really helps in crime prevention, because when we educate some folks and bring them on as interns, it takes them off the street, and it helps them find a job in the future. That's economic development, and it keeps them busy, so they're not committing a crime, and crime is not being committed on them. So those are areas that I'm learning that we're helping out in different areas that I really didn't know about. But it's great to know that we can contribute, because crime is a problem in our city. So we should try and do what we can to help out. That's where there's a gap and a need for a company like mine to really highlight and promote things that you don't see, because most news is bad news, stuff that like the tsunami incident and just incredible obstacles that people are starving or don't have a home if it's a hurricane or something like that. But the great stories that that if people can just pick up on, we don't really get the news over here. So it has, we have to use our company as a vehicle, as a messenger, to inform and educate people.
Damon was instrumental in bringing most of the artists that you saw this year at the International Arts Festival.
All right. It all started on the evening of September 11th.
What's up, pal? I hope you didn't think we were gonna let things go that easy. That's right, you towelhead. Oh, look what I found here. Picture of his wife and little child in that suite. Too bad. Screw these sand niggers.
What do you want from me? I haven't done anything to you.
Don't give me that bull. It's because of your people. My brother's dead.
My people? What are you talking about?
Shut up. You took away my flesh and blood, the only thing that ever mattered to me. And now, it's your turn. Look what else I found. Rashid Muhammad, 260 Freedom Road. Maybe when we're done with him, we'll pay his wife and kid a visit too.
Mr. Muhammad, at that very moment, did you feel this was a life and death situation?
What kind of a question is that? There was no escaping. There was no one around. It was kill or be killed.
Club 360, now Altitude 33, is the trendiest club in the New Orleans area. It sits well over 400 feet above all other clubs. It is also home to monthly independent film viewings and fashion shows. We have a few clips from the fashion show accompanied by the music of Jay-Z. Ty's interview with Jay Freeman. We also have coming up, What You Talking About interview. Trust us on this one. You're watching MyScene TV.
Next up, I'll be interviewing my man Jay Freeman from Nebula, Galaxies of Stars Entertainment. And he'll be explaining to us the different things that he has prepared in media, music, and other areas for the New Orleans area. Galaxy of Stars Entertainment. We sitting there talking. Jay, won't you sit here and just tell us about a little bit about Nebula Entertainment?
Well, since we're standing up here in this nice, warm city of Louisiana, New Orleans, I have to say one thing. The thing I think about the most is gumbo.
Right.
You know, which there's nothing like New Orleans gumbo. It's so flavorful, you know. Has so many different ingredients. And that's why we're talking about Nebula today, because we want to talk about the flavor that Nebula is going to bring. Just like the gumbo that New Orleans have, that's what we want to do. Nebula is based on the galaxy of stars, where we all are unique, where we all are stars. It deals with music, fashion, film, and television.
Okay. As far as I understand that you said that Nebula Entertainment deals with a broad gambit as far as music, fashion, theater. What things should we be looking for as far as music are concerned? What kind of type of artists do they have?
Well, we're going to get to that in a minute, but music, we have to deal with the music today. Like, we got R&B, we got pop. We're going to make a little change with RAP. I don't want to get into it right now, but you'll be reading about it. But we got an artist named Brandon. You're going to get a little to get a chance to meet him in a minute. And then we have an artist by the name of Ricky Cayo. We also have a Georgia Gray. First of all, we got this one single on Brandon that we promoting right now called In the Rain, as I was saying earlier. And this particular song, along with a song called Emotions, is going to be a single debut that we're going to look forward to having out by June. So, you know, we want y'all to listen out for it. Matter of fact, this is just a little flavor of it right now that we have planned. But Brandon could tell you a little bit more about what he's getting ready to do, because he has a flavor that everything he say, everything he sing and do, he feels.
So, Brandon, what kind of future, kind of things you're looking forward to, recently?
Basically, I'm looking for big things to happen. You know, I got my hit single, In the Rain, coming to y'all soon. We're going to throw that one out at y'all first, and then we got Emotional, which is just true story, something that happened to me that I just incorporated into my music. So y'all be looking for that and be looking for the album, because the whole album is a true story about my life. Nothing was wrote about nothing else but my life. So check it out. It's coming to y'all soon.
Yeah, and that album be out in 05, So like I said, this is a little bit that you can appreciate In the Rain. And you'll hear the album in 05. So just be looking out. Nebula Galaxy of Stars Entertainment, Brandon.
What are the future plans that Nebula Entertainment has that we should be looking out for?
Well, right now we have films we're working on with Todd Bridges called Killing Willis.
Here we are, we're in New Orleans. We're driving around the lakefront property. Got a movie coming out soon. Got one with Lou Diamond Phillips that'll be out in August called Dead Rail. Like a Secret Service agent. We're trying to get funding for my life story called Killing Willis. We're in the process of trying to negotiate that. We're finished a film that'll be on NBC in a couple months, and they have a series that may go. We're going to find out that all these things are coming attractions to New Orleans. You hear me? No, I'm just kidding.
We're not going to keep it too long. We appreciate you giving us the information of what you're doing right now, the background, and what you're going to do in the near future, right? So we're behind you. We're looking forward to seeing it, all right? Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jay. I appreciate you coming out with us, interviewing with MyScene TV.
Anytime. Yeah, but hold on, man. By the way, we have a clip that we want you to see and the public to see, not to miss. It's Fashion by Devote that we're promoting.
All right, roll that clip. More information about Nebula Entertainment, because I know there are a lot of people down here in New Orleans that won't get involved.
Yeah, well, you know, you can look into the website www.nebula, nebula-gos-entertainment.com, or you can try us at 1-866-783-5625.
Good. So before we close...
May I share something, first of all, before we do that? I wanted to say there's been an explosion throughout this galaxy, and all the stars have been set in place. One of those stars may have your name written on it. Now it's time for you to find out exactly which one belongs to you.
One of the Jews, Jay, my man Jay, has brought to the NO area is Brandon with his hit song In the Rain. Be looking for it. It'll be here August 05.
Thank you for watching Scene TV.
Hope you've enjoyed it.